Curious about one of the most puzzling countries on Earth. Russia, the largest country globally, with its rich history and landscapes, has a wealth of secrets waiting to be uncovered, and today we'll be delving into the depths of this enigmatic nation, revealing 10 shocking facts about Russia that will leave you speechless. So, what exactly makes Russia so fascinating? Stick around until the end as we uncover some of the most surprising aspects of Russian culture, history, and daily life. Let's get to it. Fact 1. Beer wasn't considered an alcoholic drink in Russia until 2011. Picture this. It's a hot summer day in Russia, and you fancy a cold beer to quench your thirst. You head to the store, grab a bottle, and start sipping as you stroll through the park. Sounds idyllic, right? Well, up until 2011, this scene was a common sight in Russia, thanks to a quirky classification of beer. In Russia, beer was long considered a foodstuff rather than an alcoholic beverage. This meant that it wasn't subject to the same regulations as stronger alcoholic drinks like vodka. You could buy beer at any time of day or night from virtually any store and enjoy it in public places without a second thought. All of this changed in 2011 when then-President Dmitry Medvedev signed a bill reclassifying beer as alcohol. This move brought beer under the same regulatory umbrella as spirits, allowing the government to control its sale and consumption more tightly. The law came into effect in 2013 and brought an end to the days of unrestricted beer consumption in Russia. Nowadays, you won't find people casually sipping beer on the streets or in parks. Outdoor and TV advertising for beer is restricted, and it can no longer be sold in unlicensed kiosks. Fact 2. 1 out of 4 Russian men die before their 55th birthday. In Russia, the statistics paint a grim picture for men, with a startlingly high risk of premature death. Shockingly, 1 out of every 4 Russian men faces the prospect of dying before reaching the age of 55. This mortality rate is significantly higher than in other developed countries, where the risk of premature death is much lower. The primary culprits behind this alarming statistic are alcohol and tobacco. Research indicates that the high prevalence of heavy drinking, especially of spirits like vodka, plays a major role in the premature deaths of Russian men. Fact 3. In Russia, if you accidentally step on someone's foot, offer to step on their foot in turn. You might find yourself in an interesting predicament if you accidentally step on someone's foot in Russia. Unlike in many other places where a simple apology might suffice, Russian culture has a unique approach to this situation. It's not about just saying sorry, it's about balancing the scales of fate. This curious custom stems from a deeply rooted superstition that believes stepping on someone's foot can lead to conflict or a falling out between the two individuals involved. To avoid this potential conflict, the person who was stepped on is expected to lightly step on the foot of the person who did the stepping, thus symbolically reciprocating the action. This act is believed to nullify any negative consequences and maintain harmony between the two individuals. It's a fascinating glimpse into the intricate web of superstitions and beliefs that shape Russian social interactions, showing how even a small accident can be imbued with meaning and ritual. Fact 4. Cats are employed at the Hermitage Museum in Russia. Imagine strolling through one of the world's greatest art museums, surrounded by masterpieces from centuries past, and suddenly you spot a furry feline patrolling the halls. This is a common sight at the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, Russia, where cats have been an integral part of the museum's operation for centuries. The tradition of employing cats at the Hermitage dates back to the 18th century when Empress Elizabeth Worsens, seeking a solution to the museum's mouse problem, ordered the importation of cats from the city of Kazan. These feline recruits quickly proved their worth, keeping the mouse population in check and protecting the museum's precious artworks from damage. Over time, the Hermitage cats became beloved fixtures of the museum, with their presence seen as a symbol of good luck and protection. Visitors to the museum often seek out these furry guardians who have become part of the Hermitage's unique charm and history. Today, the Hermitage cats are cared for by a dedicated team of staff and volunteers who ensure they are healthy, happy, and well fed. These cats are not just employees, they are part of the Hermitage family, continuing a tradition that has endured for centuries. Fact 5. There is no word for fun in Russian. When it comes to describing enjoyable activities or experiences, the Russian language has its quirks. Unlike in English, where we have a simple word like fun to capture the essence of enjoyment, Russian doesn't have an exact equivalent. The closest word to fun in Russian is vesel, veselye, which can be translated as merriment or amusement. Other words like razvlesheni, meaning entertainment, or igra, meaning game, are used to describe enjoyable experiences. This linguistic difference sheds light on the cultural nuances of Russian society. While the absence of a direct translation for fun doesn't mean Russians don't know how to have a good time, it does highlight the unique way in which they express and perceive enjoyment. Fact 6. In Russia, it is considered bad luck to return to your house after you have already left. Say you're rushing out the door, keys in hand, ready to start your day when suddenly you realize you've forgotten something important. In many places, turning back would be a simple inconvenience, but in Russia, it's believed to invite bad luck. This superstition is deeply ingrained in Russian culture, with the belief that returning home after you've already set out can bring about negative consequences. To counteract this potential misfortune, Russians who find themselves in this situation are advised to look in a mirror before leaving again. It's believed that this act helps to ward off bad luck and ensure a smoother journey ahead. This superstition is just one example of the rich tapestry of beliefs and customs that make up Russian culture. From avoiding giving sharp objects as gifts to chasing away birds that land on windowsills, Russian superstitions play a significant role in everyday life, influencing behavior and decision-making. Fact 7. Russia has 1,159 women for every 1,000 men. In Russia, the odds may be in favor of the ladies. With 1,159 women for every 1,000 men, there are more women than men in the country. This gender imbalance can be attributed to several factors that have shaped Russia's demographics over the years. Historically, the former Soviet Union, including Russia, has had a predominantly female population since at least World War II. The war, along with male emigration, led to a high number of male casualties, resulting in a surplus of women in the population. Additionally, women tend to live longer than men, leading to a higher number of older females compared to older males in Russia. Fact 8. Some bears in Russia are hooked to jet fuel. In the remote wilderness of the Kronotsky Nature Reserve in Kamchatka, Russia, an unusual phenomenon has been observed involving brown bears and jet fuel. The reserve, located in the southwestern region of Kamchatka, is home to a population of brown bears that have developed a peculiar addiction to inhaling jet fuel fumes. This bizarre behavior occurs when the bears come into contact with discarded barrels containing kerosene and gasoline, which are used to power generators and helicopters operated by reserve staff. The bears are drawn to the scent of the fuels and will inhale deeply before digging shallow holes and lying down, seemingly intoxicated by the fumes. Fact 9. You can find McShrimp only in Russia. When it comes to unique fast food offerings, Russia doesn't disappoint. One exclusive item you'll find only at McDonald's in Russia is the McShrimp. This delicacy features fried shrimp served in various sizes and comes with a twist. It's paired with Thousand Island dressing instead of the traditional tartar sauce. While McDonald's is known for adapting its menu to local tastes around the world, McShrimp stands out as a uniquely Russian creation, adding a touch of seafood flair to the fast food giant's offerings in the country. Fact 10. Some wealthy Muscovites drive in ambulances to avoid traffic. Navigating the streets of Moscow can be a daunting task, especially during peak traffic hours when congestion reaches nightmarish levels. To avoid spending hours stuck in gridlock, Some affluent residents of the city have come up with a creative solution: driving in ambulances. Reports indicate that wealthy Muscovites have taken to hiring ambulances as private transportation to ensure faster journeys through the city. By using ambulances, they can take advantage of the vehicle's ability to bypass traffic laws and regulations that apply to regular passenger vehicles. And with that said, we've come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to our next exciting video.